When we talk about the best players in college basketball, one name comes to mind: Caitlyn Clark, a 22-year-old who is quite possibly the best women's basketball player, not only in the NCAA, but at the general level. And I'm not lying, because at her young age, she has already signed millionaire contracts and has been compared on multiple occasions with the legendary Stephen Curry. If you want to know a little more about the life and fortune of this girl, then get ready, because today we present to you Caitlyn Clark's incredible story and lifestyle. Born on January 22, 2002 in Des Moines, Iowa, a small town that doesn't usually make headlines, Caitlyn Elizabeth Clark has lived in a sporty environment, all thanks to her parents, Brent and Ann Nizzy Clark, who in their youth practiced athletics among other sports. This made her feel attracted to sports from a very young age, especially basketball, in which, like sports stars such as Leo Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, or Roger Federer, she demonstrated an innate talent for the sport. Her family did not take long to realize this. Her grandfather declared that from the age of 5, Caitlyn could already hit the ball like a true professional, so her father, without hesitation, began to teach her the sport. The love and commitment that little Caitlyn felt was so great that when she was just a child, her father signed her up for a boys' basketball team because there were not many girls' teams in those years. Her commitment and evolution has been such that at the age of 17, she became a phenomenon on the Dowling Catholic High School team in West Des Moines, Iowa, where she scored 60 points in a single game and was a key player in the U.S. women's team, winning the gold medal at the U19 World Championship. Her success continued in college, where she chose to play for the Iowa Hawkeyes, representing the University of Iowa in Iowa City, and quickly became the star player. Undoubtedly, Caitlyn Clark is exceptional in basketball. There are several records and achievements that confirm it. For example, we have her list of impressive records, where she scored 49 points in the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship against Michigan, setting a new single-game scoring record for Iowa. In addition, she has been recognized as Player of the Year twice, the first time on March 30th, 2023, and was awarded the James Naismith Trophy. Just a month earlier, she took home the Wooden Award for Best College Basketball Player in the country, while for the 2023 to 2024 season, the American player won again the Player of the Year award, announced on April 5th of this year. And how not to forget her triumph in the AP Player of the Year and the Naismith College Player of the Year awards, two very important ceremonies of the sport. All this was earned thanks to her ability on the court. Since her time in high school, Clark stood out for her ability to score the ball from anywhere on the court without problems. Added to her wide shooting range, combined with an extraordinary ball handling, made the young woman shine above the rest, thus becoming one of the most outstanding players in women's basketball. She averaged 31.9 points per game this season and led the nation in three-pointers made above the break with 11.9 per game. If that's not enough, we must also add that she has a 38% shooting percentage on three-point attempts above the break. Clark was shaping up to be one of the best college basketball players in history, as upon graduating from high school in 2020, she was one of the state's top scorers in women's basketball, with 2,547 career points. Amazing, right? In her freshman year, 2020 to 21, she averaged 26.6 points and 7.1 assists per game, which led to her being named Big Ten Rookie of the Year. Her scoring average for her entire college career is 28.3 points per game, a number she surpassed in her last year in college, where she averaged about 32.2 points, 7.4 rebounds, and a whopping 8.7 assists. Pretty good numbers for a young girl like her, but a career like this can only continue to rise, and Clark has entered the 2024 WNBA draft, who was chosen as the #1 pick by the Indiana Fever, a very prestigious basketball team. Being one of the most acclaimed women's basketball players in history has its perks. In the NCAA, Clark was fourth among the highest paid basketball players, only behind Angel Reese, Flaw J. Johnson, and Haley Cavender. We do not have exact data on her earnings, but most likely she is pocketing almost $1 million a year, an amount that is small compared to other basketball greats. Although we must not forget that Caitlyn is just 22 years old and has a future ahead of her, so it is a matter of time before those numbers start to increase. As is well known, most athletes make more money off the court than on it, and Caitlyn is no exception. as she has no more and no less than 11 known NIL agreements that together add up to a total of $3.1 million. Not bad, don't you think? The NCAA NIL rule allows her to benefit from her image and name, so the more famous, the better the salary. She will most likely keep many of these deals as she moves to the next level in the WNBA. But this is not the only million-dollar contract she has, as companies such as Nike, Gatorade, and Buick have offered her contracts for a large sum of money. For example, in 2022, Clark signed a deal with Nike, one of the most important brands in the United States. Her earnings are estimated at around $818,000, and as part of this deal, she gave away Kyler Murray's signature sneakers to her entire team. In December, she signed a contract with Gatorade, becoming Gatorade's second college basketball brand ambassador, joining UConn's Paige Buckers. The contract also includes a $22,000 commitment to the Caitlyn Clark Foundation. Another brand that hasn't missed the opportunity is automaker Buick, which included her in Buick's See Her Greatness campaign ahead of the 2023 NCAA tournament. For its part, State Farm Insurance Company. So, as a State Farm spokesperson, Caitlyn joins the Good Neighbors team at Khakis. Also, Clark has signed an exclusive multi-year deal with Panini America for collectible cards and autographed memorabilia, Panini's first exclusive contract with a female athlete. The deal began immediately in terms of autographed memorabilia, and collectible card exclusivity will begin April 1st, 2024, and will include a collection of several cards celebrating different points in Clark's career. She will also have her Panini Instant card that commemorates the moment she became the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball. Last but not least, American rapper Ice Cube, co-founder of the Big Three Basketball League, which seeks to give more options to professional female players beyond the WNBA and foreign leagues. Ice Cube offered Clark a $5 million deal to join the league. According to reports, she would only have to play 10 games, 8 regular season games and 2 playoff games, and should she accept it, it would give the Big Three League a significant boost. Caitlyn Clark is widely admired for a number of reasons beyond her ability on the basketball court. With over 1.9 million followers on Instagram, her basketball fame has made her an influencer. She has a loyal fan base known as the Clarkies, and her popularity is not just limited to social media, but in sales. Caitlyn Clark's jersey became the best-selling jersey in the history of college sports and has been a primary driver of the recent enthusiasm for women's basketball. This is called the Caitlyn Clark effect, as it has revolutionized women's basketball in terms of viewership, attendance, merchandising, and off-court endorsement deals. For example, the national championship final between Iowa and South Carolina in 2023 averaged 18.7 million viewers, an 89% increase over the previous year, making it the most watched basketball game in 5 years for both men's and women's basketball. Also, the NCAA signed a television contract with ESPN that values the women's tournament at $65 million annually, more than 10 times the previous rate. This has given a bigger platform to women's basketball stars, including Clark herself, all thanks to whom? Caitlyn Clark, of course. In conclusion, Caitlyn Clark is a clear example of how dedication and love for a sport from childhood can lead to extraordinary achievements. So tell us, what do you think of Caitlyn Clark's achievements? If you liked the video, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and press the little bell so you never miss one of our videos. See you next time.